Hello Libra, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Cyril Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. Website at the bottom is llewellyn.com. There's also Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram information. Feel free to freeze frame and check out that if you want to. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. Websites on the back are, well, there's a few of them. The one I noticed is She Who Is Art. Feel free to freeze frame and check out anything there that you want, of course. What do we have for Libra? I'm just slapping down the cards. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let's get to the future before we know for sure. This is good. This is good. Let's see what we got going on. There's a card pushing out. So, okay, not that one. This one. Okay. Whatever it is pushing out, we'll find out in a second. Confidence. Confidence. That was pushing out. So, you know what they say, confidence is key. You're putting a lot of effort into something. A lot. And it's something that means a great deal to you. You got the Two of Cups in the history of the situation. So, if you're in a relationship, this could be something like that. This could be a past connection, but they still mean a lot to you. It could be just somebody who means a lot to you. Just it doesn't have to be romantic at all, just to be fair. I mean, not for nothing. You're putting a lot of work into something. If this is business related, if it is, this may be a situation where, at least in the past, you used to love this job. At least in the past. I don't know about currently, but in the past, you did used to love this job. So, keep that in mind as you're setting the stage or setting the tone of what this could be about for you, if this hits. Now, this is an interesting information. It's an interesting view. The Page of Swords, he's got like a little bit of a look on his face there. He almost looks like he's aging prematurely to me, too. So, I'm wondering if this is actually an older person. Take that with a grain of salt. Usually a page would be a younger person, but for some reason I keep feeling like I'm looking at the face and it looks older to me. So for a lot of you, I feel like this might be an older person that is holding back information. Yeah, definitely holding back information. And maybe that's one of the things you're working on. You're trying to soften them up. You're trying to get them to kind of trust you a little bit more, to tell you some more things, to work on some things with you. How are your efforts with this person? How are they coming across? Because I feel like they're just generally like that to everybody. I don't think it's specific against you. I think it's just that's how they treat most people. Alright, so they got the Two of Swords, which is a block, but they also got the Sun card. They do like you. Still blocked. Still not telling you much. But they do like you. They look at you favorably. So, even though they're not telling you a lot, I feel like when they can do something for you and they feel it's appropriate, they will. They'll put your name out there when they feel like it's appropriate. They do like you. So this person could be beneficial. So far, so good. They do like you. I feel like with this situation, maybe you're at the point where you're like, I don't know if this is ever going to go right. I feel like I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of effort. I don't really know that it's going anywhere. I don't feel like I'm getting anything new out of it. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of it. This person really does like you. So they are beneficial, but I feel like I'm at the point where I'm like, yeah, but are they? Are they? Because they're not telling me what I need to know. I'm just not sure I want to keep connected to this. I think you're going to take a break, but I feel like it's going to be more like a vacation. It feels more like an emotional vacation from somebody. Because I'm getting the Seven of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups. The two of these together, the Eight of Cups is like moving on to better things. The Seven of Pentacles is like things aren't quite ready yet. The two of these together, it's kind of like, I feel like I'm getting like a growing, like, we can use tomatoes. The tomato plants are there. There's no flowers. There's nothing on them yet. So it's kind of like, maybe I'll just walk away and let them do their thing, and I'll just take a break from it. I'll just leave it for what it is, and then in a couple weeks or a month, maybe I'll catch up with them and see what they're doing then. Give them some time to mature. Are you planning to come back, or are you planning just to walk away and that's that? Eight of fire. It's a quick choice, and then the Empress. I don't think you're expecting to just be done with it and not come back at all. But I feel like, I don't know how long I'm walking away for, but I feel like it'll be fine while I walk away. I'm just going to let it germinate on its own. Maybe, absence makes the heart grow fonder, Maybe for some of you, there's something going on at work and you're going to be very tied up at work, so whoever you usually connect with, you're not going to connect with them as much for a while. You're probably letting them know that. And it's not a negative thing. You're not walking away in a negative way. It's just kind of like, I'm just going to take a break. And it's kind of like, I just feel like I put a lot of effort in and I don't see a lot coming out. This might be because you're balancing it out in a very good way, but I'm getting the High Priestess in the sense of like, I don't want to give up what I've achieved, but I'm not looking to just deal with the negative all the time. So I feel like this is almost like an experiment. Like, if I pull back for a month or so, and then come back into this, let me see what type of effect that has. Because sometimes that might loosen up some issues if you step back and you just give it a chance to relax. And then you come back after, things might change. Especially if you're using the tomato plant, analogy. It doesn't have any flowers. It's just the plants are there. There's no flowers. There's no nothing. You come back later and you're like, oh, look at that. Now they have, not only did they have flowers, there's still some flowers left, but there's couple little green tomatoes starting off here. This looks great. Maybe. Let's see if that's where this is going. Because I do feel like you get pulled away for a while. And you get caught up in some stuff. You're helping things out. You're trying to help what's going on. You get caught up in something else. It's very random. There's something going on here left and right. I just feel like I'm distracted. A lot of things to handle. Some of this, some of that. You're very busy. But it only goes so far to the point where it's like, I think I've neglected this too long. I think I need to go back. And I feel like you're going to have this moment of like, oh crap, I haven't been over there in a while. I don't think this is that bad, which is ironic because it's the Ten of Swords and that's devastation. That's not a fun card. But I feel like that's my fear. I feel like it's coming in like a fear card. Knight of Fire and the Strength card. I feel like all of a sudden I feel this urgent need to go back and check on what I've walked away from. Like, oh, my tomato plants. Oh, crap, I have to go back. And I get really nervous really fast. I don't, because right behind it is the Ten of Wands, which I always say the difference between these two cards, the major difference that I usually see, it's very, very stressful work, very, very hard situation, very, very difficult conditions. It's the Wands lead to success, the Swords lead to ruin. So it's like going through the same type of stuff. It's like going through the same treacherous, hard, difficult thing. It's just like this outcome means you went through all that and it worked out. This outcome means you went through all that and it didn't work out. So I feel like you're worried that it's not going to work out, but it does. Is where I'm trying to go with this, because I do see it's going better. You got really good cards at the end, if I'm really paying attention. When you come back around to this, because it seems like you returned really quick. You return, like your return is fast. So it's kind of like, oh, my tomato plants, and you like rush over to check on them. Like, oh no, I hope they're not completely wiped out. You rush in quick, you find out that your Ace of Pentacles has come in. That person, you're inside the protected area now. You're a part of what they're holding back. Like, not a part of it, but what do I say? They missed you, and I feel like now they want to talk to you, and now they can't stop talking to you. That I don't know. Absence does make their heart grow fonder sometimes, and it's like you were away for a month, and they haven't seen you in so long that they're like, there's so much they want to tell you. I almost feel like whoever this person is, by the way, a lot of times they just feel like you're going to figure things out on your own, and the fact that you've been away for a month, they're looking at this like, by the time you figure out what's going on, it's going to be too late. So I have to tell you so things can go better. So they're going to be telling you stuff. Usually they wouldn't say anything because they're like, oh, you'll figure it out. So I'll just leave it to you. You're involved in it. You see what's going on. But since you haven't been around for a while, they're like, oh no, I got to tell Libra what's going on. Because if I don't tell Libra, who is? And like it'll take them a couple months to figure out what's all gone down. I have to tell them what's gone down. They have to be caught up. Very like chatty. A lot of chatty energy here. Anything with that afterwards that we have to be aware of? Ace of Fire and the Moon card. They're random a little bit. They're going to be one of those people that they either tell you everything or nothing. And when I say everything, it's kind of like if they're telling you about dinner, they're not only telling you what they had for dinner, they were telling you what's in it. They'll tell you what dishes they made it in, what temperature it was cooked at, how long it was cooked, what store they bought what from, where they got the recipe from, who helped them make it, where they learned this from. Like, they're going to tell you stuff they're like, okay, yep, okay. A lot. There's going to be a lot. It's going to be like, you either hear nothing, like nothing, or it's like every possible piece of information they can think of, to the pot, down to the pot that they cooked it in. I'm telling you. Where they got their recipe from, where they bought their tomatoes, where they bought the tomato plants, why they originally got into the whole thing, like the whole thing. I feel like I'm just letting them go on. But I'm kind of like, my eyes are just kind of rolling, like, holy crap, there's a lot of information here. But then they might go quiet again. So keep this in mind with this person, because the way this worked out, if you see the dynamic of going on here, like if they just think you know what's going on, they don't say anything. But if they feel like there's no way for you to know unless they tell you, then they tell you literally everything. When you see how that balances out and how that what triggers what there, I feel like you can easily use that to your advantage in the future. You're like, oh, that's how I do it. If they don't think I know, but they think I need to know, they'll tell me. But if they think I'm already involved in it anyway, why tell me something I already know? They're not going to bother. Okay, I'll keep that in mind, and I'll just, use that as necessary, because they do like you. Whoever this person is does like you. Okay, are we good? I feel like this is great. I like this, because I feel like this is something that goes a lot better than I originally thought it would. Maybe it's something that you're feeling currently you want to give up on, but I'm like, when you see it here in the future, it's kind of like, oh, that was worth it, because you get information that you really do need. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.